Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? The Kingu of Lightning is here today, bringing you guys and gals One Piece Today, to One Piece Chapter 810 review. If you have not seen the if you have not seen the reaction video, there'll be a link in the box below. Now, this chapter of One Piece is another simple, straightforward chapter of Zoe. And I have noticed that. And maybe it's because either Zoe is not going to be like Dressrosa, or it's because Zoe right now is at the beginning stages of the arc. But Zoe has very simple chapters from an overall structure standpoint. And, you know what? I don't see Zoe turning out to be like Dressrosa. Because Dressrosa had so much shit happening at one point in time. And Oda, knowing him, he's trying to cover it all. And when he does that, it becomes a very, very, very long arc. However, Zoe, I think, is going to be a lot simpler. And considering the fact that the main villain, Jack, he's not even there. He's nowhere in sight right now. Either he is recovering from his wounds against Fujitora, Sengoku, and Tsururu, or he's on his way to Zoe right now, or both, who knows. But right now, Jack is not there. As far as you know, he's not on Zoe. He may be coming, but he's not there. And he's like the main villain, supposedly. So, I'm not too sure how Zoe's going to work out. But I don't see it becoming like Dressrosa. But I do see correlations with Skypiea. Now, that being said, let me dive right in. Number one in this chapter, Jack the Drought. Very impressive from a stamina standpoint and also probably from an endurance standpoint. Now, Jack is able to fight continuously in the midst of a war between his men and the Mink for 5 days straight. 5 days straight. Now, I say endurance because odds are Jack is taking some hits. He's not a Rokishi master. He's not doing Kamiye, Genpo, Sword. Oh my god, if he is, that's horrifying. Oh, that's horrifying. But as far as you know, Jack is not up in the agility game. So, at some point, he's going to be hit. At some point, he's going to get, wound here or there. But Jack, he's plowing through it. He fought for 5 days straight. 5 days and nights straight. And at the end of it, he was fine. Like nothing was happening. In the midst of a war. If you compare that to, let's say, Ace versus Jinbei, when Ace was still captain of the Space Pirates, way back when, Ace and Jinbei had fought for 5 days straight. And then after that, they both pass out. Or they both, they collapse. And it wasn't until Whitebeard came in there, blah, 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 and he came in there, he fought against Ace, he beat Ace. Ace was already exhausted, and then he makes him part of his crew. So, the thing here is that Jack, if you want some comparison of power and skill, Jack is able to do the same thing, fight for 5 days straight. And he's like, whatever. It's like, dude, in the middle of a war, and mind you, Nekomamushi and Inuarashi, they're not scrubs at all. And yet he's able to fight for 5 days and nights against the cycle troops of the Mink. They have rest. He had zero rest. Maybe his men had rest. I'm not too sure. But he himself, as far as I know, was continuously fighting. Constantly. The dude is a monster. 1 billion for a reason. So again, compare that to Ace and Jinbei. Just saying. Just saying. Now, also what I want to point out here is when it comes to Jack's character scheme, it's implied heavily. It's actually shown that Jack has very little patience. But yet, ironically, he has enough patience to fight for 5 days and nights against the Mink. And it's not until the 6th day where he says, fuck this shit. I'm done. Bring out the bomb. Bring out the poisonous gas, the slaughter gas. Let's murk these guys. So you would think, knowing him, after 1 hour of fighting, fuck these guys, gas. But no. 5 days. Okay. All right, Jack. Okay. So I kind of find that a little bit ironic, where like I'm patient enough to fight for 5 days and nights, but if you talk back to me, if you try and talk me out of this shit, fuck you. Like I don't have time for that. You're getting the trunk. Yeah. So that I think is, very comical, very amusing, and very ironic. Now, that being said, all right. That being said, in the chapter, what we see here are hints of what may occur in the future. Because not only has Jack left, and now he's wounded, but at the same time, even though he's wounded, he's a Zoan, and Zoans are known to have this incredible regen. I mean, take a look at Pell, for example. Pell, nuke to the legs. Back, hey, I'm alive. Like, what the fuck, Pell? How the fuck? I mean, I still think it's bullshit. But according to what Oda stated later on in the series, around the Impel Down, arc. Yeah, I think it was the Impel Down arc, where it was stated that the Zoans have amazing regen. They can recover fairly well. So maybe Jack has already recovered from his wounds against Fujitora, Sengoku, and Tsururu. Maybe. But Jack should be on his way, or he is, waiting in wait. And at the same time, based on the flashback, we know that when Jack left, that was a day before Sanji and company got there. When they did get there, they found all the minks wounded. They saw, except for the one civilian chick, the squirrel girl, who we saw in the previous chapter, so she's there running around and whatnot. At the same time, we get to see Inu Arashi and Nekomamushi. Inu Arashi lost a leg, Nekomamushi lost an arm because of Jack's torture, because he tortured the strong guys in particular. Then you have Pedro. Pedro, who I think is dead, but I'm not too sure. Pedro, wait, no, is he? No. He's not dead. No, he's not dead. But basically, it was stated by Pedro that Inu Arashi, Nekomamushi, the world is waiting for these two. What does that mean? All right, these two in particular must not die. So, my thoughts are this: real poneglyph or poneglyph involved related material. That's my first assumption, because I noticed how. I mean, first of all, again, the arc does have correlations to Skypiea from its arc placement. Number one. Number two is that I did notice how in the area of Zou, there are these strange rectangular structures that are around Claw City. You have Claw City, you have Whale Forest or Whale Tree, whatever it's called, Whale something, and then you have the rectangular buildings, or like the rectangular structures that surround the area, if you would. And I'm starting to wonder, like, what's in these rectangular structures? Like, they're not normal. Obviously, they're not normal. I mean, fuck it. The entire thing isn't normal. You have a giant elephant that's been alive for centuries. That's the third thing. It's an ancient-ass elephant. And when you go into ancient shit, you always have to talk about the blank century. You always got to talk about that civilization that existed long ago. And maybe there is some type of mechanism that resides on Zou that both Nekomamushi and Inu Arashi have access to, being the leaders of the area. So, just saying. Or it could involve something that pertains to their past pirate life. Who knows? But overall, so far, it's fascinating. All right, it does kind of make you wonder about a lot of things. It keeps you more intrigued about what's going on. So a good play on Oda to make you more interested about what's going on with the Mink, as opposed to focusing solely on Jack himself. So that's really it. I'm done. Getting to see Sanji was pretty damn cool. I like that a lot. And knowing that the year 2016 is Sanji's year, yeah, I'm a big fan of that, obviously. Also, Caesar Clown, what's up with him? I don't know where he is. We still don't know where he is. But the flashback is going to continue, hopefully. And it's going to show us where Caesar Clown went, or if he's still somewhere on Zou, but he's hiding out. Not too sure, but we're going to find out. Maybe he's actually at the ship, and maybe he's trapped at the ship, with sea cuffs and shit. Who knows? But we'll find out. And that's it, really. So the chapter overall, I thought was a good chapter, and I will see you guys later. So King Lightning, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice goddamn day.